Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. We appreciate you joining us. My name is Isabella Perry, and I'm going to be your moderator for this presentation. We'll be discussing labeling your organic products, staying compliant, and building trust. Today's presenter is Rachel Winter, the PJRFSI Organic Program Manager. Now I'm going to go over some housekeeping. All attendees are muted for the duration of this presentation. There will be a Q&A at the end, so if you have any questions for our presenter, please use that question portion of the GoToWebinar control panel. The slides and recording will be available on our website after this presentation. Any additional questions, please contact us through our website for more information. I'm going to run a quick poll for everyone now. Okay, thank you, everyone. Now Rachel's going to take it away discussing today's topic.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you. I am Rachel. As Isabella said, I'm the Organic Program Manager here at Perry Johnson. I've been around for about 3 years now, and really enjoyed the organic regulations and just being a part of the community. Today's agenda we're going to go over is understanding the USDA organic labeling regulations, private label scenarios, and tips for avoiding mislabeling. So before we can get to the nitty-gritty, we have to first review everybody's favorite thing, the organic regulations. And when I first started in the organic world, I was very overwhelmed and wow, what is this? Where are the regulations? Just very overwhelmed with the complexities and hearing how organic can be a challenge, but also a rewarding process to become certified. So the organic regulations can be found by the Code of Federal Regulations in section 205. And I always Google, hey, organic 205, organic regulation, something like that, or I provided the link here. In the organic regulations, this section will pop up. And we will be focusing today on the subpart D, labels, labeling, and market information here in 205-300 to 205-399. And here to the right, you can see once you've clicked on subpart D, it will expand into the sections that we'll be going over today. And don't worry, we will be going over some nitty-gritty details for the organic labeling requirements. And 205-300, this is just a brief overview. It defines when the term organic can be used and not used and what products must comply. And then 205-302 provides a deep dive of the organic calculation. I just wanted to highlight this regulation because just so you know that there is a calculation that is required, but PJRFSI provides a product profile that calculates this for you. And one of the really important regulations is 205-301, which provides the percentage of organic products must contain for specific labeling claims. Let me say that one more time. 205-301 provides the percentages of organic products which must contain for specific labeling claims. So a lot of the times we hear organic at our local grocery store and we think, oh, okay, organic, that it's all organic. For the US, it's actually broken down by the label categories: 100% organic, which is actually 95% and above, is made with organic. So if you see a claim that says 100% organic, that is all 100% organic. There's no organic, non-organic products in there. And then when we see the most common claim at the grocery store, it says organic, which is 95% and above. I won't get too much into the above, but there are some excluded, prohibited, and substances are not allowed to be used, but there are some non-agricultural and agricultural products that can be added that are not considered to be organic certified status. So that is what takes up that 5% status. Most of the time people like to use the organic status just because that's what is the most common for this for the consumer to use. And then the last labeling claim or category is made with organic, which is 70% and above. We don't see this claim too much, but it's still an option that the regulations have been written to be able to still make some form of organic claim. And I did want to highlight for when it talks about when we're calculating the organic percentages, it's by weight and volume, which excludes the calculation of salt and water, which again, this is all calculated in your organic product profile that PJRFSI provides. So what you guys need to have is a formula in the ingredients organic certificates. And from that, you can put in that organic product profile, and from there, it will calculate the finished product organic category. And reminding you again, the organic category is 100% organic, 95% above, and made with organic, 7% above. So we're going to continue going through those organic regulations. 205-303 is 100% organic and organic label requirements. And they are commonly written with must and may. So must means if you're using that 100% organic claim, you must have what the requirements state. And then the may is an optional statement. And then 205-303, which is that made with organic claim, they also have must and may statements, and then the regulations have may not statements as well. And then 205-305 is a multi-ingredient packaged product with less than 70% organic product ingredients, and they also have may and must not statements. And lastly, 205-307, labeling of non-retail containers, must and may statements as well. And non-retail containers typically include tankers and bulk finished product labels are what we're looking at for 205-307. 205-308 and 309, agriculture in package form at a point of retail and retail display with or labeling claims. We won't go into too much detail in this webinar about this because this is really about your actual organic labels that we're looking at today. But the 205, 308, and 309 are when you're displaying something at your local grocery store, like you'll have a big large sign that says organic blueberries. Those are the regulations there for those kind of products. And the last regulation is 205-311, the USDA seal requirements. This is and you can find the link to these regulations here along with the Pantone colors. So the USDA seal is actually a highly regulated item that you don't commonly think of with your label. So when PJRFSI is reviewing your labels, we're reviewing, are you using the correct seal? And we're reviewing it according with the regulation. So for example, you see this this brown and green seal here. A common mistake that clients have is they just take this brown and green USDA organic and leave this white background and just blend it in with their background of their label. And this is actually something that's not compliant. If you read the rules, it says it must have to have a white background. And then the USDA organic black and white has a little bit more flexibility with that background, but making sure you're actually downloading using the resource that the USDA gives of downloading that USDA logo, black or white, and uploading that to your actual label. All right, we'll get into the nitty-gritties now of what your must and may statements are for organic regulation. So I have provided here on each statement to the right, it has an example of a label that PJRFSI has created, and we provide a label guidance documents with similar content when you apply with us. So this isn't, this will be data that, or information that you can see readily once you start certifying again. So this is a must statement. Underneath the final distributor center information states certified organic by PJRFSI or certified organic by Perry Johnson registrars. Sorry, this is cut out a little bit here. But here you can see underneath the company's address, it says certified organic by PJRFSI right down here at the bottom. So this for organic or 100% organic regulations or label category, this is a required must statement. Another must is a specific specifying organic ingredients in the ingredient statement. So here we can see the ingredient statement says organic apples and organic grapes. So that word organic is very important. Or if it's 100% organic, made with organic, that also is an important statement to state as well. And then we've talked a bit about the calculation. So it must be 95% organic ingredients, excluding salt and water for the organic category claim. And for 100%, it would be 100% organic claim, excluding salt and water. And then that contains less than 5% is the non-organic ingredients and processing aids. And that is an overview of 205, 605, and 606, which is another regulation. And that is discussed in our label guidance document for more specific details regarding that. And something that is surprising to me when I got into the regulations is the USDA Organic seal is actually a may statement. It's not a must. But most of the time clients like to use that. That's something that we're really familiar at the grocery store, seeing that seal. We put a lot of hard work into organic certification. I think it's great to use that seal as proof that, hey, we worked hard, and for consumer awareness. And then stating the organic claim. So here you see the 98% organic, like that is also a may statement. You don't have to do that. And then it's also a may statement to use the PJRFSI logo. Here you can see at the bottom. And lastly, including that percentage of organic on the front principal display panel. So that 98% organic, that's a may. If you'd like to state just organic, that's fine. But if you'd like to include the percentage, that's a may statement. So 100% organic, we've continued to discuss. So in your calculation, it must contain 100% organic ingredients and organic processing aids. And that's a must. And understanding the final handler center information, again, certified organic by PJRFSI or certified organic by Perry Johnson Registrars Food Safety Inc. So for 100% organic label, you must state that certified organic by PJRFSI underneath the bottom here of your company address and your name. And again, the may statement, you may state the claim 100% organic here at the front of the panel, the front portion of your label. You may use the organic seal and you may use the PJRFSI logo. And now we're getting into the made with organic, which isn't, again, commonly seen in but there's a decent amount of the must, may, and may not statements that we'll be reviewing. So the must statement, you must contain 70% organic ingredients, excluding water and salt. Contain no more than 30% allowed non-organic ingredients. Again, the non-organic ingredients must comply with 205, 605. And then underneath the final handler distribution center address, again, you must say that certified organic by PJRFSI, certified organic by Perry Johnson Registrars Food Safety Inc. There underneath that address again. And then the may, you may state the made with organic claim. And then since this is a little bit different than the 100% organic categories, you may claim up to 3 individual organic ingredients or food groups here. So in this label, it says made with organic apples, grains, and chocolate. So those apples, grains, and chocolate all must be organic certified to be able to claim that specific claim. It can all state the made with percentage of organic ingredients. So if I wanted to say made with 70% ingredients or 75%, you may do that as well. And then you may use the PJRFSI organic logo with a made with claim. And here we're getting into the must nots. So as you noticed here on this label, there's no USDA organic seal for the made with organic statement. There's no USDA logo here, is there? Use the term organic in the brand name and the principal display panel. So you're not stating organic apple, organic baked product. You're not stating organic because the product is not the organic claim. Using organic or 100% organic claims again. Use ingredients that are produced with GMOs, irradiation, or sewage sludge. Use a made with claim that is more than half the size of the largest font of the panel. And use a made with claim where parts of the statement are emphasized in different size, style, or colors. (205-307) for that non-retail label, that bulk label, or a tanker truck, something like that. It must include the lot number if using a shipping container or storage. And then it must identify the product as organic, 100% organic, or made with organic, as rules stated in previous slides. If the non-retail label holds retail products and retail products and retail organic identification is visible, and the non-retail container is not required to be identified product as organic. So this example here for the retail labels, a lot of the times we will see a bulk container of pop. Those pop cans are already labeled with their labeling, the organic label, 100% organic, your actual product label. That is a retail label, and then that exterior pop box is the non-retail label. So that's where we're trying to still comply with the rules. It's a non-retail and is visible, the non-retail container is not required to be identified as organic. So you don't have to call out the organic claim on that non-retail product box if there's retail product inside. Or yes, this is you do not have to. So it's some facets, it's a must, but then there's a may statement included in that. And then again, with the non-retail may statements, you may use the organic logo, you may use the PJRFSI organic logo, and you may use that certified organic by PJRFSI statement. All right, now we're actually getting into some private label scenarios here. A lot of the time we have a product label co-packer relationship. In the organic industry, we have to have private label agreements between companies who are purchasing ingredients, labels, what labels are to be produced, and the products are producing in the organic regulations and possible trade secrets, as well as purchasing ingredients. So there's some examples here at the bottom. This is regarding organic certification of who has to become certified and who does not. So a brand owner who purchases ingredients for the co-manufacturer. The brand owner is also required to be certified because the brand owner is purchasing those ingredients. And these are semi-new. This is related to the new SOE regulations that were put into place last year. And then a brand owner purchases non-retail ingredients for the co-manufacturer and does not handle those non-retail ingredients, the brand owner is not required to become certified. They are exempt. So, guidance for avoiding mislabeling. These are just some of my tidbit tips. Reviewing PJRFSI organic guidance documents before designing those labels. So reviewing the example labels that we provided, reviewing the organic regulations before designing those labels, reviewing your organic certificates, product list for organic category claims before designing your labels. This is very important. We have some additional, videos with more in-depth understanding organic certificate. Once we start working towards organic certification, PJRFSI will provide those video guidance links. Calculating organic percentages during R&D development. So such as, do you have all of your organic ingredients sourced, and then calculating up how much that percentage is in your ingredient or in your formula based on those organic certificates. And when you're reviewing your labels, am I allowed to use the seal? Remember, you are not allowed to use the seal for made with organic product. Check, does the label have a certified organic bias statement? Is this below the address, directly below the address? And are my ingredient labeled as organic? Are my ingredients labeled as organic? And that is all for our organic webinar today, reviewing organic label regulations and guidance. I hope this was helpful and useful to go over what the regulations say and what your labels should look like. And I hope to work with some of you guys